All right, it's time for another day on the F100. So went through the engine and we've got a stopping point in either direction. So it's either valves or stuck, or the starter was also making noise as I rotated the engine. So I don't know if there's something funky with that. So I'm starting with the starter, gonna pull that because it's gonna need to be checked anyways. And we'll see if that frees it up to full rotation. If not, then I'll start tapping on valves and all that, because I'm not sure about this engine, but I'm assuming it's hydraulic lifters. And we do have some play in the rockers, so that shouldn't be. So that would, I believe, tell me that they're stuck valves. So I'm gonna start there and then we'll see. Hopefully we can get all that freed up and then work on replacing everything, because wiring in this thing is terrible. So I don't trust even attempting to start it with that. So I'm gonna try and get it rotating and then we'll move on to all that stuff. All right, let's give this whole thing a test and see if it works. Well, it looks like it still works, but I'm probably gonna take it in and have it checked just to make sure, because I don't want to put that back in and it go out on me. So we'll go from here. All right, we're still getting a pretty hard stop, so I'm pretty sure that means the valves are stuck. There's zero. All right, so we're still getting a hard stop either direction, so I'm pretty sure that means I've got stuck valves. I pulled all the plugs. There's zero indication of moisture in the cylinders, which was surprising. There was no rust at all on the plugs. I even scoped a few of the bores and couldn't see anything. So I've already got the valve covers released. I removed them yesterday, so I'm gonna just start working on that, spraying some PB Blaster and just kind of tapping on them lightly with a rubber mallet and just seeing if we can get those two free up, so we can get full rotation on this before we go to the next step of trying to actually turn it over. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we have done as much diagnosing as I can in this situation. So let me zoom out here. I went through, pulled all the plugs. I had already done that, checked, but I went ahead and pulled all of them, and I bore scoped each cylinder, and everything looks shockingly good. There doesn't appear to be any rust at all in those, so I don't think that is what's holding it up. And I get about almost a full rotation. I'm about 3/4 of the way around, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rockers first so that I can verify that the valves are coming up completely, and if not, then I can at least narrow it down. And when I scoped the bores, I did not see any valves hitting, so I think it's gonna be stuck lifters. So I'm gonna start with the rockers because that'll be the easiest, and then next will be the intake. Plus I need to pull it anyways because it is completely disgusting way up in here. All the junk that bugs over the year, or rats and stuff over the years, have put in there. So it's gonna need to be cleaned anyways, so that'll allow me to pull the valley pan and actually check those and take some heat to the lifters, and hopefully we can get all that freed up, because I really think that's what it's gonna be, because nothing internally looks bad. So we will see. All right, let's try this side and see if it's any different. Alright, so basically narrowed it down to the lifters. Valves are fine, cylinders are fine, or the pistons are fine, cylinder walls are fine. So next I'm going to pull the intake. I'm just going to try and do that as one big piece, carburetor and everything. So just take it all out at once. And then we'll check the lifters and see what else it could be, because I don't really know what else is left. So let's try it. It's pretty gross. It's a lot of years of sitting. So we can get that cleaned up and then pull the valley pan. Alright, she's all cleaned up, so next I'm going to pull the pan and see how it looks inside. I'm really hoping this pan comes off without the heads having to come off. I'm pretty sure it does, because it looks like there's some notches around the intake ports, so we'll find out. Pretty much what I expected. Old and sludgy. I'm gonna get all this loose stuff vacuumed up that fell in. Then I'll start checking on the lifters and see if there's any that don't move as I rotate. So we'll try it. Well, as you can see, we pulled the motor. Could never figure out what was wrong with it. It just would not move no matter what we did. So took it out and just ended up stripping it down, and I'm pretty positive it was just some lifters that were stuck in there pretty good, because I had to work to get those out. So long story short, it's getting a rebuild. So that process will be in future videos. So working on that, got parts out, getting rebushed and replaced and machined and all those kinds of things. So next video will kind of show part of that process and what all it takes to take an engine from what it was all messy and junky and nasty to a rebuilt running engine. So hopefully all goes well.